Hey guys, and welcome back to another Woodbrew video.
And this week's video, we're continuing the outdoor build series by building this cool little lounge chair currently sitting in. Thank you so much to WD-40 for sponsoring this week's video, and stick around to the end because they're running a pretty cool contest where you can win cash money.
Cash money.
That you can use for anything you want. So be sure to stick around and check out the details for that. There's also details down below. Let's get started with the build.
First thing is cutting down our 1 1/8 by 3.5 inch boards for the legs of the chair. Now we can cut down our project panel for the seat. We had just enough for both the bottom and the back of the seat, so no screw ups here. We need to make angled cuts along the edge for a comfortable seating position. All of these angles and measurements are in the set of plans we have available down below. Lots and lots of geometry went into this build. Now with the same 1 1/8 by 3.5 inch material as we used for the legs, we need to rip these boards at the same angles as the back so we can sandwich the back of the seat in between to keep it in place. We also need another piece so the bottom of the seat can sit flush with the front and be screwed into. I know it's a lot to understand right now. I promise it'll make sense when we start assembling. We made the two legs into a rectangle shape, and then we will tie the two of them together. To tie them together, we are taking the same material as the legs and drilling pocket holes in both ends in 3 boards. One board for the back, one board for the front, and then one of them on the bottom. Remember the sandwich idea? Here's how we are doing that.
One of the most commonly asked questions down in the comment section is about the joinery methods that we tend to use in our videos. So I want to go through exactly what we're doing in this video. So the reason why we oversize the holes in here is because this panel of wood is glued up, and seasonal changes cause wood to shrink and expand. Also just moisture content and just general day-to-day things this panel will shrink and expand, and outdoors it's probably going to do it even more. So having that little bit of room for these screws to kind of move around allows that panel to shrink and expand without literally popping. So one of the glue seams would probably pop or something like that. You just don't want to restrict things that are moving. Sometimes you do that, sometimes you don't do that. There's a lot of variables there. Moving on to the joinery in the actual seat frame, we use these tiny little trim head screws, which are always of controversy, but we've been using these for years now with absolutely zero problems. Put a little glue in there and that's going to be plenty strong enough, especially considering the frame is being tied together here, there, and there. Speaking of that, these are pocket hold. And again, with joinery is personal preference and my personal opinion. So if you want to make these stronger, by all means, make them stronger. Doing any method you want. This is what we chose. It's super fast. I think we're at about an hour and 45 minutes now, and we're to this stage in the project. So super quick, super efficient. Let's get back to the build.
We need the bottom of the seat to be flush with the front, so we measured and marked a line where this strip needs to be to make all that happen. We lined it up, clamped it down, and screwed it in. Last pieces to go in, the back and the bottom. Drilling straight down into that bottom piece, we can securely screw in the screws. The back also gets screwed down into the back stretcher. The bottom piece is super simple, just by a few screws into the board attached to the back piece and into the piece up at the front underneath the bottom. Just a few more things, filling in all the holes with wood filler, sanding them down, and finish.
Because this is an outdoor project, finish is of the utmost importance, so we are using Total Boat Halcyon Clear. This is a water-based outdoor finish that is heavily UV resistant, ultra durable, and the best part is, which I love the most, is you only have to wait an hour before you recoat, and you don't have to sand in between coats. This stuff's pretty amazing, so check the link in the description below if you want to check it out.
We also added feet to the bottom so water won't be an issue.
We're getting ready to move the chair to its final resting spot, but first I really wanted to share with you guys this really cool video and opportunity we had to shoot this like super sick production style video of how Molly and I live life hands-on using WD-40 products. So we're gonna roll that right now, and then afterwards we're gonna tell you about a way you can win $5,000.
My favorite part about woodworking is being able to see the process from the beginning till the end.
I think it's just really rewarding to see a thought in your head become a reality, just from the beginning of designing it through the building process and then finally having it done, and it could turn out better than what you pictured it to be.
WD-40 has definitely allowed us to live life hands-on, whether it's in the shop and we're keeping everything moving and functioning, or we're on a mountain and using it to lubricate our climbing gear. We love to travel, we love to build things, and WD-40 definitely allows us to do that a lot easier. So before, I think we were introduced to WD-40 through my dad. Working on different projects around the house, WD-40 was always there. And then as we transitioned into being woodworkers, we found the specialist line to get work around the shop done easier. Being a woodworker also means that we get to be creative pretty much every day of our lives. and that quickly transitioned into content creation, which allowed us to do more projects that fits younger people. And so my goal for our audience is hopefully to inspire a younger generation to actually get outside and build things with their hands and kind of go back to something that's been lost over the last decade or so. I really think that there needs to be a new surge in people using their hands to build things and make things for their home, so it's something I push for heavily. And I think that's what's so rewarding about what we do, whether we're building custom furniture for a client or just inspiring a younger generation. All of that tied together is the ultimate goal.
I'm Molly.
And I'm Dylan,
and we live life hands-on. So WD-40 had just launched their Live Life Hands-On campaign with a really great contest. The grand prize winner wins $5,000 in cash, and then there are 5 second place winners for $2,000, and then the third place prize, there's 10 of them, get a WD-40 hoodie. So that's really awesome.
All you have to do.
Wait. Also, the first place winner gets the chance to be in WD-40's holiday video.
In order to enter, all you have to do is create a 10 to 60 second video. You can use anything you have, a phone, a camera, whatever. It doesn't even have to be edited. Just submit it in the link in the description below and show how you use a WD-40 brand product to live life hands-on. It doesn't matter what it is, just show us how you use a WD-40 brand product to live life hands-on. And then us, along with some other WD-40 brand partners, are gonna be judging this contest. Anyway, just go enter the contest. It's super simple. You can use the money to do more of what you love to do. And with that being said, let's get back.
This little outdoor space is coming together slowly but surely. The next piece to go in here is the coffee table we designed in SketchUp in our last video, so stay tuned. Thank you WD-40 for sponsoring this week's video, and thanks to all of you for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one.